my name is Danica, and today I have a review of Lilith's Brood by Octavia Butler. Lilith's Brood, also known as Xenogenesis, is a sci-fi trilogy written in the late 80s. It begins with the aftermath of the nuclear apocalypse. Butler imagines if the Cold War had ended with someone actually pushing the button. Luckily, not all of humanity is destroyed. An alien species has come and rescued some of the initial survivors, as well as spent centuries making Earth habitable again. But their motives aren't entirely altruistic. Lilith's Brood is about the struggle of these aliens and humans trying to coexist with radically different cultures and biologies. I already posted my review of the first book in the series, Dawn. I'll link it down below, but a few people said they were interested in seeing the whole series reviewed, so here it is. Lilith's Brood is made up of 3 books, and each book is from a different character's perspective. They do take place chronologically after each other, but they don't really continue from the other one. They all have their own focus and different plot. I think the appeal of the series is that it's kind of a thought experiment. Butler really examines what it would be like for these 2 completely different species to try to interact, and the many complications that would come up. The aliens, the Oankali, are able to manipulate other species' DNA as well as store it. They survive by interbreeding with other species and taking on all of their desirable traits. This makes the Oankali a really physical and biological species. There's a lot of tension between the Oankali and the humans because the Oankali will often ignore humans' verbal communication in favor of what humans' biology is telling them, what their bodies want. The Oankali think that the body's demands are just as valid, if not more valid, than someone's verbal demands. This is obviously not how consent works, at least not with humans. The Oankali are also extremely manipulative, especially the Uloi, which is one of the sexes. The Uloi are the ones who facilitate mating, whether it's between species or within a species. Uloi can use touch and pheromones to influence someone or even drug them. So even though the Oankali claim to have humans' best interests at heart, many people understandably fear and resent them. It's an interesting story because I think with most alien stories it's either an alien invasion and basically war, or it's kind of a misunderstanding that everyone could have gotten along if they had just communicated better and the aliens aren't really harmful in any way. But this is a little bit of both and not either. The Oankali aren't malicious, but they also don't understand human priorities at all, to the extent that what they think will help the species may not be what humans want for themselves in any way. It makes for a really thought-provoking read, but it is a really concept-driven story. I thought Lilith, the main character in Dawn, was a great protagonist and a really interesting personality, but the second 2 books have main characters that I'm not as interested in. I appreciated their perspective and what they brought to the story, but as people I wasn't really that connected. Lilith's Brood is also not especially fast-paced. Again, the plot has more to do with exploring this world and the situation than it does nail-biting action. So altogether it meant that I really appreciated the series, and I thought that what it did brilliantly, but I did find it a slow read. Which isn't necessarily a complaint. Just because I didn't race through it doesn't mean that it's not a good book. It is a series I would really like to discuss with people, and even read commentary about. Because it has to do with so many ambiguities, I think it can be viewed from a lot of different angles. Overall, I thought it was a really fantastically done book. Octavia Butler is obviously a hugely skilled writer, and I can't wait to read more by her. I have read Fledgling, which is her vampire story, and that is also really good. I definitely recommend that. So if you're interested in sci-fi with ambivalent aliens or just a series that will make you think, I would definitely recommend this one. Just give yourself time to absorb the story. If you have read it, definitely let me know in the comments below what you thought, because I'd love to get other people's perspectives on this. Because I can tell this is a story that's gonna stick with me. I feel like I'm still trying to process it. And thank you for watching. Bye!